Half a day, my name is Nick and welcome to another episode of the Side Quest. Today's beer is called Wallonia by Elder Pine. Now this beer is a Belgian-style blonde table beer, 4% ABV, and it is brewed by Elder Pine Brewing and Blending Co. in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Now this beer is a table beer which I'm not 100% familiar with. If I've had this beer before, I didn't know it at the time. Usually it's described as a low ABV beer, anywhere from like 2 to 4%, I think. This one is a limited offering according to this label. I really like this label. Wallonia is actually a region in Belgium, so maybe it's kind of giving homage to that area. They do have some info on this label. The grist is made out of Pilsen, malt, spelt, and golden oats. I never had anything with spelt. I do know it's sort of like wheat, so I think you brew it the same way you would brew any kind of wheat. It also has Riwaka hops. I just had a Belgian-style wit with the Allagash, and like the other Belgian beers I've had, the double, the triple, the quad, I'm kind of expecting those kind of flavors and the yeast aromas to be imparted into this beer. I think on either Elder Pine's site or their listing for this beer, they use 3 different types of yeast, I believe, and it's like it's either that or a hybrid of all 3. So I hope this is gonna be easy to drink. It's only 4%, so hopefully I should be able to crush this can. So let's open this up, check it out, and I'll be right back after this pour. Alright, the beer's poured out, let's take a look at it. Now, this beer has a really nice, like pale straw yellow color. Reminds me of like a really light beer, like light American lager. I do see it's a little bit of haze to it, and it's not a lot of it. I can see kind of clearly through this glass if I just wipe off the condensation. I do see something, something is suspended in there. I'm not sure if that's the yeast, because usually like Belgian beers, they'll usually have a little bit of yeast left over. I'm not sure if they CO2 or can conditioned, but yeah, something is slightly suspended. So, but it looks really good. I really like this nice straw yellow color. Let's put a nose on it. Really interesting aroma. A lot of like green kind of notes are coming through. I'm not sure what Riwaka specifically smells like, but I do get like more hops than, I think I'm getting more hops than grain on the nose. And then I'm getting a little bit of like Belgian yeast character. I don't know what it exactly is, but if you ever smelled Belgian beers, you know what they kind of smell like. They have they have the signature smell to them. But yeah, it smells interesting. I can't wait to dive in, so cheers. Alright, that was an interesting beer. A little bit different than what I thought it was going to be like. So let's start off with the body. It's like a medium thin body. It's fine. It's exactly what I thought the beer was actually going to be, based on the color and the way it kind of just looked in this glass. The first few sips I kind of got this really interesting malty kind of flavor coming through, and then as my palate dried out, as I swallowed and finished drinking, this bitterness at the back of your tongue kind of hits. I'm not sure if that's dryness, like a champagne type of dryness, but I do get like this bitterness in the back of my tongue. I'm not sure if it's also, maybe it could be the hops as well. I don't know how much hops they put in this beer, but it does kind of give me too bitter. I really like the upfront taste, like the upfront maltiness of this beer, and then but the bitter aftertaste is kind of like, it's kind of turned me off a little bit. The Belgian character of the yeast is fine. It comes through. It's a little bit stronger in this beer, I think, than like the Allagash, for example. I'm not sure if it's the yeast strains they use, but this one is a little bit stronger. So if you're looking for, if I wanted like a more Belgian-y beer, I probably I wanted something like a lower ABV, like a lighter beer, I probably can go for this one. However, the bitterness at the end is really just like, it's not doing it for me. So, but let me take one more sip and see how it goes. Interesting enough, the hop character is actually coming through more now than it did in the initial smelling. I think it's just because like your nose, your nasal cavities is almost saturated with the beer itself, and then your mouth is actually coated, so you kind of get a little bit more receptive to those kind of flavors and those kind of notes, I think. Obviously I haven't done a lot of like reading into like how exactly to or what the reasoning is behind beer tasting and stuff like that. Excuse me. And then I guess like on that last sip I did get the nice maltiness, and then it kind of fades into this little bit of bitterness. But it's not that bad of a beer because it's 4%, and it's kind of easy to drink. I think the only thing I don't like is the bitterness on this beer. But overall, I could drink this again. I'm not sure if I like the Belgian character as much. I do prefer a wit. If I want to, like, I think my favorite Belgian beer right now is the wits. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just like, it's crisp, refreshing, and it tastes, I don't know, it tastes really good. At least maybe it's the coriander, maybe it's the orange zest, I guess. But I'm really digging that kind of style. If I want something heavier, I did like the triple that I had. I think it's a Roquefort. Shit, I forgot. Yeah, the Belgian triple I had was it was really good. So I'd go for that if I wanted like a more Belgian style beer. But this one is not too bad. However, if I'm looking for a light beer, I'd probably just go up and get a Belgian wit for, it's an extra 1%, which is not too much, at least not at this ABV range for me. But it's an interesting beer, and I'm excited to get more stuff by Elder Pine. I do have another beer that I'm going to drink from them for a future episode, so I'll be on the lookout for that. But thank you very much for watching this. If you liked it, please leave a like down below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers. This beer would be great if it wasn't for that bitter finish.